Hey everybody, it's Haley of Cosplay, and I'm here to ruin any hope you ever had of fighting Rom the vacuous spider. Welcome to another cosplay vlog. It's been a really slow week. I have a bunch of stuff that I want to get done, but I can't seem to find the energy. One of the things though that I'm really excited and I want to talk about is actually this hat. Oh, now you can kind of see it. So this hat I actually made entirely myself, like literally every aspect of this hat. So I decided really early on in this whole entire project, actually like before I even started, when I looked at this hat and I was like, I want to make this. I wanted to completely make it myself. So I went and I did some, basic bare minimal research, aka how to make like what to use for a head form, and then how to like make the base of the hat. Crown, I guess you could call it. And then I was like, all right, I know how to do this, let's go. So I went to Joann's and I think I actually got 2.5 yards of this wool felt because I really thought that I was going to be making a bunch of mistakes. Did one try for the crown and I was incredibly happy with how that turned out. It was too floppy at first, so I did have to stiffen it. The stiffener that I used was something that I read online would work really well, and I definitely am happy with it. And essentially, it's 1 part PVA glue. In my case, I just used like fabric fusion, just a nice fabric glue, and 2 parts water, and it just waters it down enough to where like it's easy to brush on, but like it holds its shape really well. I did 1 coat on the outside and that made it stiff enough, and then just to make sure I was like, let's do 1 on the inside. So then once I finished that up, I decided to start making the pattern for like these little front and back pieces, which are so fucking crazy. What is this? What is this hat? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Like, I really like silly hats. I have made so many silly hats in my life, but that's a different story. I took my crown and I traced it onto paper and I drew just like a really large wide brimmed hat. Just, a big circle. Figured that would do that, and then I could, pin it in place and do the same stuff that I did for my tricorn hats, where you literally just boop, 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 and you have a tricorn. It's not the case with that. I don't think I have the pattern pieces anymore, but what I thought was that the pattern pieces had to be curved, but instead, I'll just grab a piece of paper. Like, the pattern pieces, the bottom edge, are just totally straight across flat. Both of them. Well, that's a lie. The back piece actually had a bit of like what I thought it would be. This type of curve, it goes up. It's very strange. It works. Anyway. So once I got the pattern pieces for the front and back, oh, there's something in my eye! Ugh. Originally, my whole plan for these little squiggle guys was to take wool felt and needle felt them in. And I got a needle felting kit, and then I started doing that. And then along the way, like my fucking, not even 10 minutes in, my needle felting needles snapped. All of them. I was really irritated when that happened, and I was like, I don't even want to fucking do this anymore. So I ripped all of what I had worked on out, and I was like, we're just gonna glue down yarn. So the front and back pieces actually consist of a flat piece, obviously, yarn glued down, and then I used 3M spray adhesive. I want to say it's like type 77 or something. Can I help you? Hello, hi. And I, then laid the pieces on top of each other and really pressed in to make sure that all of these raised details were seen. And then I sewed it onto my hat so it looked like this, just so I could make sure that I was like really happy with the shape. And I am. What a fucking weird ass hat. And then I took my airbrush and had to mix a bunch of different paints to find a really nice kind of almost black brown to go over it, just to help you see these more. But overall, I'm incredibly happy with this hat. Obviously, this hat will be paired with the blindfold, and this is the blindfold so far. It's made with a base of styrene covered with, 1mm thick EVA foam. The little wiggle wormy guys are all actually hot glue. I was a little unsure about this at first, but I figured like I have a lot of both of these materials, so it's okay if it makes a mistake. I can just, redo it. The only downside to this piece is because it's made out of styrene, I struggle with shaping this. Using heat on this particular styrene makes it just like bubble and warp, and it looks really gross. And the styrene definitely keeps it like rigid enough. If I attach it using some little snaps or something, it'll keep it in place and I don't have to heat shape it, but also I want to heat shape it. Moving along. I've been procrastinating on the embroidery for weeks. I am now at the point with this costume where the only things that are left are 2 things that I'm really not looking forward to. which are the gloves. I'm gonna be sewing my gloves because I fucking hate myself, I guess, and all of the embroidery. When I first started this project, that's what I was the most into, was all of the embroidery, but of course now it's like, I just want to die. I have like all of my pattern pieces made. Like it's all here, it's all ready to go, but I just don't want to design the embroidery and then actually spend the time doing it. I've spent so much money on embroidery floss too at this point that like it's too late. I have made up my mind. And then another thing that's helped me procrastinate all of that stuff is I got my hands on a particular book, American Duchess's 18th Century Dressmaking. The 18th century has always been a wonderful fascination of mine. And here it is, all nicely presented in one fucking book. It's so nice, it's so convenient, it's so well written. All of these photos are so beautiful. I'm so excited. So I've been feeling really inspired to do some historical gowns as well. But of course there's that problem where like I have all these costumes that I want to make. So for now, I'm just gonna wear a silly hat and hate myself and try not to embroider. I feel like a court jester in this, you know what I mean? This has been a very weird video. We're in a different spot, so my energy feels a lot different. I woke up, so like my energy is still here. I woke up really, really late. Everything is it's a little off right now, and that's okay. I just wanted to like mix it up. If you really liked this vlog, which if you do, I mean, great, I'm happy. I don't know why you would. This is really, really strange. Stick around, subscribe. I hope that I see you next week. And if I don't see you next week, I hope that I see you at a convention. Say goodbye! She's like, please put me down.